Greetings, sir and sirettes, and welcome back to From the Depths with me, Lathrix, and welcome back to the Lath Jones, the stolen and renamed starter base from the Deepwater Guard, currently residing in the very heart of the homeland, the original starter area, which you can't see the resource ring at the moment, which is kind of awesome. I didn't like the ring anyway. So, yes, here we are, sir and threats. We are back with From the Depths, and we are back for some fun indeed. So, today, sir and threats, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be sending the E.coli, and not the influenza, because that has a series of bugs at the moment, which I'll probably explain later. It basically, there's a bit of a shield glitch with the influenza at the moment, so one of its turrets is hitting itself. I have no idea when that happened, because it wasn't happening when I uploaded the version to Steam. No one's complained about it, but now suddenly everyone has got the same bug with it. So clearly something has happened to cause this. I think it's something to do with how the shields reflect shots from behind them. It's been altered in some minor way. If not, then it's just started happening and I really can't explain it. It just has. So and threats. Like I was saying, today we'll be getting with the E.coli and the influenza, taking them to the Onyx Watch. We've got a strength 80 or 90 left to kill. Then we're going to go ahead and continue on towards the east. And I'll explain probably while I'm actually in the battle, more so than anything. But I'm planning a bit of experimentation. I'm planning to experiment with what the enemy, whichever enemy we find first, actually has. And then we're going to start retrofitting the ships. Again, I'll explain more as well. There's quite a few problems with our ships at the moment, which certainly need to be addressed, as I'm not exactly a competent shipbuilder just yet. I am not a shipwright by trade, and my ships are very, very odd sometimes. So, with all that said, let's get into the match. Be right back. Straight into the action, yeah! Okay, here we are, with probably the last recorded battle against the Onyx Watch. They really... oh dear lord. Yes, our lasers are powerful, I do remember that. We still have so much engine power to spare. I really do think the two side areas... so essentially, while I'm battling this, you don't really need to see that, just need to see the sheer power of it. There we go, now I can watch everything. The two sides here with the turrets on, I'm going to essentially remove, as the E.coli has quite a few flaws. Like I've said before, I'm not a good builder when it comes to From the Depths, and I will hold my hands up and tell you that. I'm not good at the game, at least not yet. I haven't had enough practice, and I certainly haven't tried enough, and I certainly will in the future, as I'm getting back into it once again now. When it comes to it, the two sides are going to be removed, and increased in size in a way, but attached only half to the main hull, so it looks like it's basically been attached by rivets. So two smaller ships being attached to the main ship is essentially the look I'm going for. The reason is, currently, one of the big issues with the E.coli is how the weight is being distributed. All of its lift is from the bottom, and all of its weight is on the top. It's very top heavy and very bottom lifting, causing it to tip all the time. But it doesn't always tip one way, it tips either way, because it's asymmetrically heavy. It's just, it's symmetrically heavy. Another thing is, finally, the bug has gone away, because I was mentioning it in the Steam post, so if you've been on Steam, that I had a bug where I couldn't unlock these. I couldn't unlock these. And so I was forced to use those, which was really quite a silly thing. Thankfully, that's finally gone away now, so it's all nice and good and such. And now it's going to start tipping the other way, because it's turning. See what I mean? It needs to have it needs its weight to be lower. Its center of gravity. That's what I'm trying to say. Its center of gravity needs to be lower and wider, so more spread out. It's currently got a very narrow center of gravity that's very much concentrated on the top, which causes it to do that tip. It doesn't really do any harm to the ship. It just looks awful. That's all. Because the E.coli is obviously an effective ship. It kills things remarkably well. It's just a matter of it looks odd while doing it, which makes me very sad. The Onyx Watch always takes ridiculously long to actually kill. It's like, they're not hard to cripple, but they're made of just such solid metal. It just takes so many shells and lasers and everything else to actually take them down. Now, this is their big enemy, so I'm curious to see what this is. I didn't actually look at the name of it, I just saw it had two small ships and one large ship. So I'm kind of curious to see what it actually is. It could be one of the bulwarks, I suppose. That's one of the large ships, isn't it, we should look for. That's not a bulwark, that's... I don't actually know what that is. What is that? Oh god, well, it's about to hurt, whatever it is. It's a... let's have a quick look-see. It is a... Alcazar. Can't say I've seen one. Maybe I have seen one before, I can't remember. It's not... no, I have definitely seen one before. Yes, I vaguely remember the shape. Oh, look at that. That's just... hello! Just got a hole straight through it. Oh, I love lasers. I love how they do that. Like, seconds in, there's a hole. Oh, the entire front section just exploded on that ship, didn't it? Oh. I really need to alter the AI as well in the E.coli. Just so that it has has turrets aiming at different parts of the enemy, that's all. Because I would like some of the guns to try and fire at more, well, different things than usual. Because obviously at the moment, everything is essentially on default targeting, which is against giant metal hole. There's a hole there in my metal. Where's there a hole in my metal? Have I not plugged this up? Wow. See what I mean? I really need to pay some attention to this ship. The one I actually have on the Steam page is actually a little bit more stable than the ship. It's one step higher than the ship. The ship hasn't been updated since I made the one for the Steam page, which is essentially just this but upgraded. And of course, if you do want any of my ships, which you've seen so far, I don't know why you would, but if you really want the E.coli, for instance, which is finally not tipping from side to side, hallelujah, then you can always just search for Lathrix in the Steam Workshop and you will find the ship. It's quite a simple process. Again, I don't know why, because there's some freaking awesome ships on the Steam Workshop page. Well, there we are. I think it's safe to say we've won this battle. Oh, no, that one turret there has a lot of will. It really wants to hit me. Can it fire one last time? No, there it goes. Oh. I wonder where the lasers are currently hitting. Apparently it just exploded because I just got a slow motion effect. Ah, there's something back there for a bit of fuel or something. Well, there probably was. I don't think there anymore. Do I want to try and capture this? Oh, I just saw the... Wait, was that its only AI? Are you now? No, it wasn't. It has at least one more. See, there's a problem with ships like this. It's so difficult to capture them because they've got multiple AI systems. So you have to kind of go on a bit of a wild goose chase to try and find them, to scrap them. It's not really worth it. I've got enough resources right now, I might as well just kill this thing. So, there's not much really to see other than the carnage being wrecked by the E.coli. So, it's ugly. Well, I wouldn't say the E.coli's ugly. It's a bit ramshackle. It tips from side to side, but it certainly has a payload to be envious of. So, yeah, oh, there we go. Below 80% health, and it is sinking, so that'll be the end of that then. So, be right back, sir and sirettes. I'm going to take the E.coli on a bit of a trip to the right, and we're going to see... We're essentially going to make war with the first enemy we see. I'm not after any specific enemy, I just want to find a new enemy to fight, new ships, and make our ship accordingly. So currently, we don't even have the laser defense system, which I've finally freaking unlocked. I'll be thinking about what to add as I see the enemy ships. I want to just keep it as it is until then. Did that shot really go through a shield? I was just trying to turn a shield. How do you manage to get through that? Back in a second regardless. Well, here we are, sir and sirettes, at the start of the insanity I was mentioning. Here is the test. The white flyers will be our first enemies, our next enemy, sir and sirettes, to be wiped off this godforsaken land, so that we may reclaim our rightful place as the rulers of the seas. Or whatever storyline actually is in From the Depths, because of course it's mostly not going to make your own story, you're just in a world with loads of different factions, and the factions hate each other, and they hate you, and you hate them. It's a bit like real life, honestly, isn't it? So anyway, yes, I'm about to make war with the white flyers, because I'm not so cheeky. I'm going to go there and try and steal their resource without at least killing them first. We have to have at least some decency in us, sir and sirettes, so that's exactly what we're going to do. So, where are you, my beautiful... Ooh, look how much game time I've had. Oh, yes, where is it? Aha, diplomacy! That's obviously, there we go, diplomacy. And where are you, Mr. White Flyers? There we are. Do you know what? You smell like elderberries. There we go. How do you feel about that, then? Well, there we go. Ah, delicious. Okay, well, let's have a bit of a battle now, shall we, sir? And just have a bit of a war... Ooh. Retaliate. The Retaliator. Very, well timed there. A Juggernaut. A Chainsaw. Oh, I remember you guys. You guys were scary. And, okay, so... Let's put in the E.coli, then, shall we? Now, the Chainsaw does rather scare me, I must admit, because that was that horrible ship we actually managed to capture. I believe it was that anyway. With basically, with the whole front section is there purely to, well, be a giant freaking chainsaw. So, let's see if that is still the same ship. Yes, it is. Okay, well, I'm going to go and actually... Oh, wait, you can make your ship target it, can't you? Victory for me. Oh, they've rammed each other. That's... Oh, God, look at both of these guys. Well, aren't you a terrifying little potato? You're going underwater. Oh, that's not a good thing for me. Please kill this thing before it eats you. There we go. Attaboy, E.coli. Always knew you could do it, but seriously, that's actually kind of terrifying. What's that doing? Oh, I don't think that was intentional. Or maybe it was and you got bumped by this thing. Maybe it's... No, that doesn't look like it's doing... No, that's... Okay, that was helpful. Thank you, White Flayers, for killing yourself. The E.coli thanks you for your assistance and will reward you with a quick, swift death. And your AIs were apparently remarkably easy to cripple. The power of high-powered lasers. Honestly, it's kind of in the name of high-powered and lasers. What are you shooting at? Lasers, what are you doing? I mean, that's kind of beautiful, I admit. If you're trying to do some form of abstract art, you're certainly, well, you're on the ball. Ooh, a flyer. I love lasers. This is like, hello, you've spawned in, and you're hit already. I mean, even the smoke abilities seem to be so not good enough to deflect lasers. That's why so many people have trouble with the lightning hoods, honestly, because, well, you instantly come up against lasers, and really, really good lasers at that, and you get things like the Thunderbird, which I should really get a new one of. Oh, aren't you a pretty little bugger? Wow, no, seriously, this thing's good. Look at these spikes it's got. That's trying to ram us. Okay, I'm going to move backwards now. Excuse me while I go to my, my seat of power. There we go. Let's hold down G, so we can actually move away from the giant ship made of rams. It's like a little bit harder from... There we go. Look, we're moving backwards at such a fast speed. We're hardly even moving. We have almost no backwards ability, apparently. On the upside, we seem to have made it explode. Oh, wow, look at the crest on the top. I didn't even notice that. Holy schnitzel burgers flavoured with the only best of beef. That's actually phenomenal looking. Wow, I feel really bad whenever I take a good look at the AI ships. I need to make a new battleship. At some point, I'm just going to give in, off camera, spend like 30 plus hours going, I am making a pretty ship, and then make something which looks half decent and kind of compare it to every ship I ever see. That thing's awesome. Admittedly, it seems to have lost its ability to turn and is actually going away from us quite quick. Ooh, it has missiles. Well, we can't deflect those, as I still haven't added the anti-missile system, which is a laser system, so at least the word laser was at least somewhat appropriately used. I wonder what it's trying to shoot at. It seems very squishy. I think it's made out, looks like it's made out of a lot of light alloy, along with metal, so it's not quite as sturdy as some of the Onyx Watch. Perhaps it's because I'm just used to the Onyx Watch now, which are like apparently one of the sturdiest kind of factions. Oh, that poor thing trying to spawn in, just like, nope, never mind, excuse me. No, you can just ignore me now, right? Yeah, okay, ignore me, please. Nope, okay, I wonder how long, I wonder what'll happen first. 2 damaged or AI dead? Or randomly vanishing before either happens because of lag damage? I don't even... I am vanishing into the ether. Goodbye! Maybe I missed the 2 damage thing. Well, that was actually surprisingly easy. The E.coli just kind of devoured them, and there's no trace, with very minor damage taken to its front turret. Still going backwards, though. At least going backwards doesn't tilt us as much as going forwards. Yay! Exterminate. No, I won't even make the joke. Okay, well, let's see if we can perhaps give a nice big hug to our friends over here. Of course, this is their little resource gatherer, and this is a rather nice little resource zone you've got there, Mr. White Flare. I will gladly take it if you so insist. Now, where's your base of operations? I feel like the E.coli, at this rate at least, if that's their strength of 145, unless they have some other ship up their sleeve, which I could, because you can't always judge it by the strength, because it always depends on the composition. Particularly with the lightning hoods, the Thunderbird, for instance, is actually quite low strength on its own, so you can go against very high strength enemies with multiple crap ships. But then you fight, like, I don't know, strength 40 odd, and it's a freaking Thunderbird, and it eradicates everything you've ever known or loved. Like my old Pseudomonas ships. It's a real shame, but until I fix the influenza, it's basically just along for the ride. The E.coli is going to be the ownership actually doing anything. I really do need to upgrade the E.coli. I can't wait to upgrade the E.coli. It's going to be so awesome. Well, this will be quite a quick thing at least. Straight away, we've got a huge explosion in their thing. Again, that looks so cool! It's got the thing spinning, and oh well, that was probably the fastest fight I've actually ever seen, literally, by the way. Is that it? Stop turning away. Wow, when your things, your camera's still attached to the ship, it's really weird when you sway. Battle finished. Well done, lads. Well, that's not going to look great. There. Yeah, upgraded by a tiny. Yeah, upgraded again. I'm going to be the best repairer ever. Best repairer ever. Repairer? I am the best ever. Okay, well, let's get our asses over to the resource zone. I'll jump ship and I'll make some Golgi, which I still need to do differently as well. I could do something like I've done over here. Oh yes, I was going to show you all anyway. Over yonder, over back in our little base. Where are you? There we are. No, that's a Golgi again. That is still a Golgi. There we are. You can probably see the name, so it's hardly going to be a surprise to you what I'm going to show you, but at least you can pretend you're surprised and be like, you actually did it, Lathrix! You are truly a hero amongst men. And I'll be like, yes, I am. Look! I finally built the Lath Jones, the Deepwater Guard little mega hideout? No. Their little autumn over here. So it's really bizarre because certain spin blocks didn't work properly and didn't load in, which is really sad, but for the most part it is the complete Deepwater Guard's base. The only problem is, for some inexplicable reason, which I can't really explain. Well, first of all, everything's shaking a little bit, I don't get that, but some of the spin blocks didn't load in properly, so the gate's not here and the light in the lighthouse isn't there, but honestly, I've got the power and knowledge to actually do those myself, so I can always get around to doing that if I so desire. But yes, we've got this, and I'm very tempted to try and save up enough to get the Onyx Watches one, because wouldn't it be awesome to kind of, as I defeat the factions, as a bit of a memorial garden here, have all of the factions' bases just kind of chilling. That sounds so much more impressive than it actually is. Boom! Yeah, it's like that. Completely inaccurate and weak shots. Yeah. But that boom, though, ripples throughout the water, makes everyone a little bit happier. It's a morale thing, really. It's a matter of morale and nothing else. So, I guess let's pick on the lower level over... Oh, wait, no. Okay, yeah, back in a second, actually. I'm going to quickly make some rather gorgeous Golgi. And by that, I mean ships I still desperately need to change. And that's probably going to be the next thing we build. Certain Threats is a new base, like a mini base. Oh, wait, didn't... Oh. Lathrix had a thought, Certain Threats. Do you remember, and obviously I don't know your answer to this, so I'm going to assume it's going to be yes regardless. Do you remember in the last campaign? It was a long time ago, I know, at this point, but still. Even though it was in this series. In the last campaign, there was a little ship I made as a base, a little resource gatherer, that would essentially... I think it's the adenovirus, or something similar to that, which would essentially act as a resource gatherer, but also a rather pretty one at that, and it could actually spawn other ships in. Well, that would be rather good here, because first of all, that was probably the best jump I've ever done, just like, you know, run across the barrel, jump at the end, hoo-hoo, graceful. But yeah, that would actually be quite good here, because it's quite deep in enemy territory, it can actually defend itself with a rather large turret, and it can spawn in new ships. And like I was saying, I am considering spawning in a new E.coli, which would take really, really long if it was just me to try and build it. So, let's have a quick look for it. I haven't actually used it in such a long time. Was it called the adenovirus? That's not big enough. Or is it the adeno-associate? No, it's definitely adenovirus. Okay, I'm going to quickly check if it was this one or not. So, be right back when I've actually started building the correct one. So, it turns out I was actually correct. It is indeed the adenovirus. Yay for virus names and me forgetting which ones are which. So here we are, we're currently building it back up. I completely forgot it had the crystal farm. I just saw it and thought, what on earth is that building then? Oh, lovely crystal. So we actually have our... Honestly, we don't have many crystal farms in this game. Thankfully, we haven't had to need much yet, but it does mean we will have an even better supply of crystal for our redundant crystal supply, which we can use to bribe the factions without using resource that's actually worth something to us, like metal or even natural, honestly. Am I building that like underwater? And so if we look, see, and oh, we're a little bit low in the water right now. Let's see if we can raise ourselves up. I actually don't know where the control is. I think it's actually in here, isn't it? Yeah, I actually made it like it's a proper control room. Well, kind of. A weird control room. So let's, which one's raise? Is it T or is that forward? No, T is definitely up. Okay. Just keep going up until our engines tell us we can't do it anymore. A little bit more, a little bit more, a little bit more, a little bit more. There we go. Excellent. Oh, look at the little drones doing their job for once. Are they? Oh, I love these little guys. They're so cute. They kind of look like, I don't know, honestly. I almost think they look like little rabbit faces of evil when you kind of look at them. I can't quite picture what they actually are. They're kind of weird. Certainly weird. Or just hands. I guess. Yeah, but look at the two top ones. The longer you look, the less I'm sure what they actually are. But they're doing their job, and that's the important thing. So there we go. We'll leave that where it is. Apparently I'm doing damage according to top right. I think that could be us healing. I'm not sure why that keeps popping up at the moment. But there we are. So yeah, this is the adenovirus, for those who don't know. E.coli, please stop turning around in circles in the corner there. It's really distracting. Well, actually, what you can do is you can start going to your journey. Because it was in combat mode, it wasn't actually following the path. It's weird that it only follows the lines if you go on fleet move. It'd be nice if it did it in combat as well. I guess that kind of invalidate. Oh, whatever. So there we are. I think that's it. Oh no, we're still building. Oh, of course, the giant turret on the top isn't there yet. You know, you'd think that's something you'd recognise isn't there. Where did I actually put the ammo for this? I actually legitimately can't remember where I put ammo. Oh, I didn't, because I didn't save the version, yes. This is the adenovirus Mark 1. Mark 2, I didn't actually save because I wasn't happy with it. But essentially, it has no ammo storage. So, this thing has no ammo, essentially. But it's got one big happy turret. Which can, of course, do a full 360 turn. And that's its defense. So it's got a very weak defense, but it's not too expensive either. So we'll have to come back to this and put some ammo down. What I'm going to do, most likely, is just put, like, stilts attached to this section here. And then underwater have a little section for oil and for... Actually, for the oil, I'm actually going to put down now, because I don't even know if I've got a thingy-majiggy. A fuel-mabob. A fuel-mabob, so and so. You know, you always need to make sure you've got your fuel-mabob ready. Resources. Oh, am I currently editing the turret? No, I'm not. Okay, that's odd. Goes more. Oh. I hate that. I hate how that always comes up. That's the only thing I don't like about it. I wish it kind of did it once and then that's it. Okay, so put down a couple of fuel tanks because fuel is kind of cool. And then we put down some fuel processors because fuel processors are kind of cool. Then we'll put down, for now we'll just put a couple of ammo barrels down, and next to it put down a load of ammunition processors. Because why not? There we go, we've got ammo being loaded into everything. Yay, happy days. Okay, so that should be that, everything up and functioning happily. So that's this ship, and also of course it's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yeah, got 8 resource gatherers and 2 oil gatherers, meaning this should be out gathering the resource zone it's currently on. Is that true? It indeed is. Even the oil is being drained faster than it can be gained. So that's excellent. Another resource zone now completely used, and we now know about something we can build instead of the Golgi. Because although I do love the Golgi, it's a completely useless, silly little thing. For those who haven't seen the Golgi, because they're new to perhaps the series, it is literally a tiny little hut in the middle of the ocean, which has one oil gatherer and 1 resource gatherer by default. So let's watch the E.coli beat up a Porsche 45, because why not? I would say let's see if we can get to the enemy before some serious damage is done, but the shells are already landing and I've already saw several explosions. Well, they are deflecting the shells quite well. This is why I don't trust the regular turret anymore. Ooh, I love how it incorporates the at minimum spikes, but in most of them it actually incorporates the rams into the build. Like, I've got to say, so far the white Flayers have been a little bit on the underwhelming side when it comes to their performance, in comparison to the Lightning Hoods and the Onyx Watch, which of course are the only two really I've had experience with. I'm not counting the Deepwater Guard, because they're essentially a tutorial faction. And look at the rams on this thing, this will hurt so much if it hit you. Can it be killed before it shoots its missiles? Oh well, whatever's on the back, which it was actually aiming for, just got knocked out. oversized engine. Yep, it no longer has an engine. This thing will topple out the sky momentarily. There it goes. Oh, did it have more of an engine? Wait, no, I saw its engine get knocked out. Oh no, it's got a backwards-facing engine. I thought it had a forward-facing engine. So I thought we took out the main section of the engine, but in fact we just took off its arse. That laser noise is so ominous now to me. It's just dun 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 dun. It's like that is death. That is the heartbeat of the Reaper itself before it hits you. Goodbye. More area claimed for the Lathrexian Legion. Lathrexian Legion. Yep, I've been playing Ark far too much. We are now T-Rex. Ooh. No. We've already found their main base. Well, sir and sets, we'll wait until next time for that, though, because I want to do some changes to the E.coli. So I'm actually going to cut here. This may be a bit quicker. I'll see how much I can actually edit in, but this may be a bit of a short episode, but do rest assured I will be playing more From the Depths in the coming weeks. Of course, please remember as well, I've got a lot of people saying, play more From the Depths, which I love to hear, by the way, because that means you are interested in the series, so that's fantastic. But please bear in mind, at minimum, I will play each series once a week if I can. That's what my goal is, but with the move currently and everything, sometimes some series simply get left behind, because I tend to record in blocks, rather than one at a time. The problem with From the Depths is it's so inefficient time to recording. I can't do that with that. So it's whenever I have a new recording session, I can record From the Depths. So it can be a bit weird. So anyway, I'm sure you will understand. You're completely reasonable human beings and non-human beings. You're all reasonable regardless. Thank you so much for watching. There's actually 100. Ooh, that'll be fun. I think I'll kill them first. No, I'll do a bit of circle. Obviously, want to actually finish this first, so it doesn't, you know, ready itself to battle again. So thank you so much for watching, Sir and Sweats. If you have enjoyed this episode and are enjoying the From the Depths series, as rare as it is to actually be uploaded, then of course, likes, favourite, shares, comments, all that good stuff helps out me, helps out the channel, and most importantly, like I just said, shows this is a series you wish to see continued for the near future. So thank you and goodbye. Have a lovely day. Do take care. Toodle pip.